Coach, another huge win. Just start with an opening statement.
Um, proud of our guys. They competed. Um, we, for the most part, executed what we talked about game plan wise. Credit to LMU. That's how Stan Johnson's teams play. They have grit. They're tough. They don't quit. And we got separation on them a few times, first half and second half. And credit to them. They just continued to play and cut into the lead. We need to be better in those moments. But I was happy with our response. Every time it got cut a little bit, we responded the right way. And that was as good as we've played offensively to this point of the year. 23 assists, 5 turnovers. That's huge. That's huge for our team. So total team effort. We need to rest, recharge, rehydrate, turn the page quickly so we can get ready for another battle, which we expect to be a war on Saturday.
Seemed like offensively there's just a lot of confidence no matter who's on the floor right now. Can you guys kind of just expound on that a little bit?
I mean, we got a lot of talented offensive players, which makes it hard sometimes with me when it comes to opportunities. But when we just trust and we share the ball and the ball has energy and we play the right way, we have nights like this, and shot a good percentage, valued the ball, and the scoring was pretty balanced. Marcus had a really good game in terms of shooting it. He's been very hard on himself. Him and I had a great lunch a few days ago, just kind of refocused him and let him know how important he is to our team from a leadership and an energy standpoint. And I guess I need to take him to lunch more often. But I was just proud of him, proud of Jonathan. Mike, 7 assists, 0 turnovers. Just played the right way. And that's what it should be about, just playing the right way.
What were the discussions kind of like at this lunch, if you're able to elaborate on it?
Yeah, I mean, Marcus knows how much I love him. And I'm hard on Marcus, but I love on Marcus. I have high expectations for Marcus. He is his own worst critic sometimes. And I just encourage him to get back lost within the team, worry about the things that he can control, which is having a great voice, playing with energy, and not pressing. And he shot in rhythm threes tonight. He looked comfortable from an offensive standpoint, and he played off 2 feet in the paint, which we've been talking a lot about with our group. So it was good to see him respond the right way.
You had also mentioned, LMU countering and making responses when it could have gotten away, but anytime they got it down back to like 9 or 11, you guys were able to land that next blow. Seemed like there was never really a...
Yeah, I thought to start the second half, they did a really good job of coming out the gates the right way. I felt like we were a little bit on our heels and not dialed in enough and didn't have enough bite, defensively, and they cut into the lead quick. And then we responded. And it felt like there were 3 or 4 of those kind of same moments within the second half. And luckily, I think we strung 4 stops together late to, get it to 16 and get out of here with a really good win against a team and a coach that I have a lot of respect for.
Seems like, I wasn't here Saturday, but Newbury's been shooting the lights out lately, and it's just kind of added that extra element where teams, it's like pick your poison. Is that kind of what it feels like for you guys?
I mean, he's a guy who can play the 4, he can play the 5, he can guard really 1 through 5. And again, he was another guy who was pressing a little bit. And, the way he played last weekend was super impressive at San Diego and then here against Portland. And then continued it tonight. Just played the right way, can guard his position, and he's tough. He breathes toughness into our team. And another guy who, has a high ceiling.
Yeah, Marcus, I want to ask what it's like playing with him, because it seems like he's always screaming something. Is it just telling guys what position to be in, or is it just to pump you guys up? Because he's always yelling, like coming out of a timeout.
Yeah, a little bit of both, like he's we lean on him for energy at times, and he's always bringing it 24/7. So a little bit of both. He's either pumping energy into us or either telling us where we need to be on the floor. So it's huge to have that.
Can you just talk a little bit about Mike? He's not always a guy that like fills up the box score, but can you just talk about his impact for the team?
I thought Mike, especially in the first half, set the tone. The way we started the game defensively, turned him over the first 3 possessions of the game, and a lot of that had to do with Mike and his bite and his activity and his length on the ball. Sometimes he doesn't realize he's 6'8" and got big wingspan, and he needs to use that. Didn't always value the defensive side of the ball before he got here, and he's doing a much better job of trying to carry out what we're asking him to do defensively. And sometimes when you play with energy on that end, it has a way of affecting the other side of the ball. And I thought that was one of his better offensive games. As I said, 7 assists, 0 turnovers, 12 points, and really affected the game in a positive way for us. So I'm proud of him as well.
And then, what are you guys doing to prepare for St. Mary's on Saturday?
We're going to treat this like every other WCC game. Thursday, Saturdays, it's a quick turn. Told these guys in the locker room, we can be tired on Sunday. Nobody's tired right now, mentally or physically. We need to have a great 48 hours of rest, recovery, hydration, and then we got to lock into what the game plan is. Every game presents different challenges. Every game has different game plan in terms of how you go about it to win. So we'll lock into what the scout says tomorrow and get ready for a battle against a team that we're looking forward to playing.
Marcus, you guys are 6-0 since Malik has entered the starting lineup. What's it been like to play with him?
That's my twin, man. But nah, man, it's amazing. The energy he brings and just like he's just a good person off the court, So I think that translates on the court, and he's an elite scorer. So that really helps space the floor, and he just brings energy on both sides. He got in the lineup from really defending and bringing energy, and then he got to showcase the rest of his game. So it's been amazing just to be alongside that.
Coach, LMU had some size and strength down low, but you had a 52-22 advantage in the paint. Was that something you emphasized pregame, or something you just took advantage of as you saw it?
They do a good job defensively of trying to get you off the three-point line. If you look at their three-point defense to this point, I think we shot the best percentage, I think, from three out of anybody they've played to this point. And I think only one team has made double-figure threes against them. So we knew that we were going to have to make really good decisions in the paint, play off 2 feet, get on balance. And for the most part, we did that. And I thought our guards, especially Marcus, Mike, Malik, played off 2 feet in the paint, and that really helped us be a little bit more efficient than what we've been to this point, scoring inside the paint. So I think it was collective. Jonathan, obviously, with 11 field goals, that helps. But our guards did a good job, too.
Pre-game, just talking, you mentioned that the identity of a tournament team is turning the ball over, top 50 in defense. How important is that going into not only Saturday, but the rest of the league?
I mean, it sounds cliche, but we got to defend at a high level, we got to rebound at a high level, and we got to take care of the ball. And those are things that we talk about. We have percentages that we're shooting for in all those areas. And recently we've been doing a much better job of locking in and taking care of those. But we know to beat the best teams, the teams that have traditionally won in our league, you need to ramp all that stuff up. So we'll have extra attention to detail on Saturday, tomorrow, as we prepare. But like I said, I know Marcus is going to set a great tone in our locker room. Make sure that we come out tomorrow locked in and ready to embrace whatever the game plan says it is.
Marcus, final question for you. The fans have been coming out in a strong presence the last few weeks. Just how has that helped fuel you?
It's helped fuel all of us in every way possible. It brings us energy, and one thing we harp on is playing with passion, and so that helps us play with passion when we get the fan base like that and come out and support us the way they have. So I hope they continue to come out more and more because it just helps us play better and better.